you.
You're home away from home.
Good to be home.
Let's talk about what questions you're getting from our Facebook viewers.
I'm getting the same questions that I normally get at home from people on Facebook. Do I think that marijuana or cannabis would be right for them? Which I always hesitate to answer that question because you don't know. You should always talk to your doctor. But there is a lot of research that's available out there. I tell people go to a website called Safe Access Now. Medical Jane.
It's a good point, Q, because most doctors, I think I'm safe in saying that most doctors, if you said, hey, what about some medical marijuana, they would say, I have no idea, right?
Right. And it's the medical marijuana laws and the way the situation is in our country right now really puts doctors in a very tough bind because we live in a state where medical marijuana is legal for certain conditions. However, even if you have these qualifying conditions, a lot of doctors are hesitant because they are still recommending something that is federally illegal, and they don't necessarily like to do that.
They're not comfortable with it.
Exactly. There's a risk involved to that, and we need to address that, and I'm trying to address that with legalization.
So when you, and we talked about this a little bit in the piece we put together, but when you use cannabis, is it helping with your MS, do you believe? Or is it just making you feel better?
Both. There's a study in the 2003 edition of Brain magazine. I do a lot of reading.
Yes.
And there's documented proof that cannabis has been shown to slow the progression of multiple sclerosis. So if my disease-modifying treatment that my doctor prescribes me also slows the progression of my disease, and cannabis has the same efficacy rate as some disease-modifying treatments, according to the research, then yes, I'm trying cannabis over the disease-modifying treatment because it's a plant. My body recognizes it and knows what it is. So that is helping me, and I've had 2 MRIs since I began using cannabis exclusively as a treatment, and I've had no progression. So I haven't gotten worse, but I haven't gotten better, so I'll take that.
Let's talk about where you're going from here. So you are getting into the cannabis business. We showed your grow facility, and what is the goal? What are you trying to do?
The goal is to have a place where people can safely come to learn about cannabis, to also learn about proper nutrition, because I believe that it goes hand in hand. This is one plant that is a powerful and potent plant, but it is a plant. So at our place, Botanic, we are in the process of applying for a license in the city of Detroit. We have a hearing that's coming up in a few weeks that we're preparing for. So we would like to have that dispensary in Detroit where we can have people come to a safe, inviting, open, airy place to talk about alternative medications and help them find the medication and the treatment plan that works for them in a slow, sort of low-key environment.
I just want to ask you, the regulation you say is so important. So the state is going to start issuing licenses. You have to apply to the state of Michigan.
Correct.
It gets a little bit complicated, but you apply to Michigan for a license. And what will that do if everybody has a license? What does that do to level the playing field?
Wow, that puts everyone on the same playing field, first of all. And second, what's important to me and patients like me is it sets up a system for testing. I mean, everything that you ingest, be it smoke it, vape it, eat it, everything will be tested. So you'll know exactly what you're getting, and you'll know what you're not getting in the form of pesticides and contaminants. So that's important. Right now, that type of regulation isn't in place, and we as patients need that.
All right, very good. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
and being on Facebook. Q's really good at Facebook, so answer a question there, and you'll get a quick answer. When we come back, we will talk about the medical marijuana vote that's coming up tomorrow in the city of Detroit. Plus, we'll talk about how the law applies to those who use cannabis in our state. It's coming up next.
A truck rear-ended our client's car.